Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Mikulowski from ForexLive.com. This is the Kickstart video for August 29, 2024, the new trading day for the Asian Pacific market. In this video, I take a look at three of the major currency pairs: the euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, sterling versus US dollar. From a technical perspective, what is the price action telling us? What are the technicals telling us? And we'll go through all those three currency pairs. In addition to that, I'll take a look at Nvidia. Why? Because they just announced their earnings. It beat revenues and EPS in their earnings and guided higher than expectations. But it's always, sometimes those expectations are much higher than what the market expects. So the shares are down around 5% in post-market trading, but well above the $91 that we saw earlier in the month. So let's get started. All right, just for giggles, I'll take a look at the Nvidia on the daily chart. And as you can see, the high price that we saw in the month of July reached all the way up to $140.76. Then we saw a move down that nearly retraced to 50% of this last trend move to the upside from the November 2023 low to the high price that we saw in the month of July. That 50% came in at $90, and the low price came in around $91 before starting its rotation back to the upside. We moved back above the 100-day moving average here. That 100-day moving average is well below the current level at $109.49. Shouldn't say well. This market is this stock is very volatile. But with the current price trading at $119.18, we are about $10 above that level. The high price that we saw on Monday did reach all the way up to around the 131 level right through here. So we are, down, I don't know, 11 bucks or so on the from the high price, maybe 12 bucks off the high. That's about what, 10% from the high. That's a pretty big move to the downside, but relative to where we were down here. At around $91, it's all that not much. So we're going to be watching that 100-day moving average on the downside on any further momentum in that direction. As long as the price remains above that 100-day moving average, the bias remains more to the upside. So now let's take a look at some of our major currency pairs. We'll start by taking a look at the euro versus US dollar on the daily chart to start things off. What we saw in trading here today was the price move down to the low of this swing area. I talked about this in the video yesterday. That area came between 1.1095 and 1.11346. And the low price, as you can see, came right down toward that low area, toward the 111 level, and found support buyers at that area. Was defined by a number of different swing lows and swing highs going back in time to back here. Broke above it here, failed, and then moved to the downside. We returned back to the area right through here, found willing sellers, moved above it here, and tried to stay above it, but then rotated to the downside and used this level to push to the downside. We came back up to the level here. Again, this is in the toward the end of last year, and in trading this month, in the month of August, we did move up to it and based against this level before moving higher, extending above this high right here. Now we retrace back to that level, and this is the key level that traders need to hold on the downside if they're going to push this pair to the upside. The low price today came in around the 110.04-ish type level, about 9 pips short of that level. So the buyers are leaning against that level and need to get above the 111.34 level on the daily chart to increase the bullish bias. Let's take a look at the hourly chart for this pair. And when we look at the hourly chart, what do we see? Well, the price did fall below the 200-hour moving average here in trading today. The initial move to the downside tested this trend line and bounced off of that level, then came right back up to this swing area near the 111.38 level and rotated back to the downside. We are below the 200-hour moving average, just to say, at 111.23. We need to get above that level. That would give the buyers some added confidence that the low is in place on the downside. This level right here near the 110.98 level was a swing low going back to here, here, and here. And that was our target on the downside off the daily chart as well. So you can see that the support buyers are coming in against that level and pushing back to the upside. So get above the 111.24 level should give the buyers more confidence. Move below the 110.98-ish type level. And things can turn more negative for the euro versus US dollar. Let's next take a look at the dollar versus yen. And in this case, I'm going to take a look at the 4-hour chart. And what we saw in trading earlier this week was that the low price came back down to this low price right here, which was a support target before moving higher and then rotated back to the upside. The 50% midpoint that you see right here, that's of the longer term move going all the way back, well, it goes back to, let me go to the daily chart. It goes back to the low price of 2023 to the high price that we saw in 2024, 144.58. Remember that level 144.58. You don't have to remember because it's right here, 144.58. And you can see in trading this week, we've traded above and below that level, also above and below this swing level. Admittedly, the price has made a chop, has been very choppy above and below the 50% retracement level. So I can't say that the buyers and sellers are necessarily paying attention to these levels. But if the price can get above that 50% retracement and stay above that level, that would be more bullish. If the price cannot, and right now we are below that level after moving above it earlier this week, and then in trading yesterday, if it can't get above that level and stays below this level, the sellers still remain in control. Ultimately, if the price is going to go higher, we need to get above the 100 bar moving average on the 4-hour chart that comes in at 146.24. Taking a look at the 1-hour chart, in this chart or in this pair, there is a closer resistance being tested against the 100-hour moving average. As you can see, the price did move above it in trading earlier today, but failed back below that level and is now using that level as a resistance level. We do need to get above it at 144, looks like 65 or something thereabouts. If we get above that level, the 200-hour moving average will be the next target to get to, and through that level comes in at 145.417. Note that the last time the price tested that 200-hour moving average is back here and found willing sellers against that level, and it moves out to the upside here, that got above the 100-hour moving average. Price couldn't get to the 200-hour moving average, so both here and here are next targets for the dollar versus yen. We'll see if we can get above that to increase the bullish bias. Absent that, and the bears remain more in control. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. I've got it on the hourly chart here. Off the hourly chart, what you can see is that the price did fall below the 100-hour moving average in the US session here. That was the first break below that level since this point right here for a brief moment, and really going back to this day right here earlier in the month of August. So it's been trending. Getting above that level or getting back below that level should be more bearish, but as you can see, there has been some limited selling pressure all through that level. We are trading right around the 100-hour moving average as we speak at 131.895. That's a 100-hour moving average, currently trading at 131.91. So that level is going to be our key barometer for the day in the sterling versus US dollar. Get above it is more bullish. Move below it, and we look down toward this swing area right here at 131.28 to 36, and then look at the 200-hour moving average, which hasn't been, which we haven't traded below since going back to here around August 10th. So that's a long time. So be aware of that level on the downside. So there you have it. I'll look at 3 of the major currency pairs, along with a little look at Nvidia. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.